Hey YouTube, it's Tuesday I think is what it is, and we're finally going to get back to this gate. We're going to see how much we can get done with it. Let's see if I can get it. That's the gate right there that we're going to be building. I'll have probably edited in the clip that I was in the last deal where I cut the circles. I made a homemade circle cutter for the plasma cutter, a thing to make circles. What we have now is, let's take a look at the drawing. What we're going to be doing first right now is, this is, the frame of this gate is 2 inch by 4 inch rectangular tubing, and then this ring is part of it, and I mean there's no way I can ring roll a piece of that kind of material around into that tighter ring. It just wouldn't happen. And even if I don't, without like an induction, I've seen stuff done. I don't know about on box tubing so much, but I know that you can get some pretty tight rings when they use like these. I think there's a company that my dad worked for called Tacking years ago that they had this deal where they would induction heat a section along, and they could make any number of different shapes out of structural metals. But with this, what we're going to do is, I've already cut the front and the back out of the 10 gauge, and what we're going to do is I need to cut some strips that are roughly about an inch, just shy of 1 3/4 inches, to make the inside face and then the outside face to basically make a big hoop. And then we're going to cut these pieces here, the rest of the frame down here and up and around, and then we're going to cut it to meet that arc, and then we're going to tack all that together. And that's what I hope to get done today, is at least the frame of this, and then maybe at least get this piece, and well at the same time we'll start cutting all the parts for these wings and that kind of stuff. And I need to make this is a piece of sheet metal with some little cast iron pyramids that are going to go on it, and then these are just 1/2 inch square bar. And then on the back we have to make these pieces here. This is just strap, quarter inch by 2 flat bar that has to be cut. This one here, I'm not exactly certain how I'm going to make that curve, whether it's just a heat and beat, or maybe I might be able to rig it up in the ring roller. I don't know, but we'll figure something out. So anyway, that's what we're doing. So let's get started. Okay, I don't know what we're gonna do now. I got these strips, these 3 strips. They're about 8 feet long. They should be enough to make my circles. But you'll note, the plasma cutter, anytime you heat metal and stuff, it distorts. There's what they call a heat affected zone, and even a plasma cutter, as little as small as the heat affected zone is, it still causes problems. So like for example, this was the first piece I cut, and you can tell when it was sheared, this side was straight, and you can look, and it's got a pretty good curve to it. I mean, it's pretty bad. We know that this piece here is straight. This is a piece of 1/4 inch. It's relatively straight anyway. Straight enough for what we're doing. Now, what happened is, this is the edge that I cut, and what it did was as it was cutting, it heated, and then when it cooled, it contracted. So it's got a nice curve to it. Well, these other two pieces, they were also done, but they're a little straighter. They're still a little bit curved, and we'll straighten them a little bit. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to peen the contracted side and cause it to expand just a little bit. and hopefully take out some of that curve. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be a little closer than this. Otherwise, when I roll this, it'll make more of a taco shape than a actual ring, and we want it to be more of a ring, nice and flat. So we have a, you know, it's not going to be perfect, but we want to get it as perfect as we can. And we're always trying to kind of hone in on that kind of, that more and more exact and perfect. So even though it's never going to be exact and perfect, but that's okay. So I may go out and get that little anvil that I built in another video with the hammerhead. So we're going to bring that in here and maybe use it as an anvil, and we're going to see if we can straighten these out a little. Okay, so this little ring roller is actually not made to do anything this wide. It's only supposed to do 1 inch by 3/16 thick, I think, or 1/4 inch, I don't remember. I've rolled stuff that much too big for it. Let's put a little more curve in that. And what we'll have to do on this is we've got to do one side, and then we've got to flip it over and do the other side. Keep lining it up. There we go. That's a curve. Alright, so we're getting ready to cut this. I've got this all marked out. This is where I marked this 1 in half, and I've lined it up, and I think I'm going to try and use this as a guide to make my arc. So hopefully this will work. So I'm going to fire up the plasma cutter and make a cut. Looks like everybody else has gone to bed. I think we're done for the day. It's dark out. I'm tired. I need to go in and do some drawings, get ready for I have a meeting in the morning. Let's see what we got done today. So that's him, big circle and frame of it. So you can see it's just tacked right now. They're just tacked together, lots of little tacks. Oh, that's kind of a big gap, but anyways, the other side here, I got a lot of tacks on this side. I've checked it, kind of looked at it down the line here. It's pretty straight, pretty flat, pretty true. I'm pretty satisfied. A lot of pretties. Anyway, a lot of this was done. What I'm really trying to do is I want to make sure that these things, you know, the way I tacked it together and, you know, the sequence that I did stuff was because I really wanted to make sure that this face here was nice and flush, so we didn't have some weird little pucker when we were done after we welded it together and then grind it out smooth. I wanted to make sure it was a nice, smooth, single surface. So looks pretty good as far as I'm concerned. You can see I've got it kind of clamped up here so it doesn't just fall over. I mean, we do live in Southern California. Earthquakes are a thing. We had one just the other day, actually. So that's it. I'm just cleaning up. I'm going to put everything away, get the table put back, and get the 50 rolled back in here and locking it up. So till next time. Bye.